of course, he's actually Greek, not Pakistani. Please, you know, he in fact is, you know, you can see he's a little bit Pakistani, but anyway, he's a student of Islamic thought, a lecturer, a researcher for the Islamic Education Research Academy. And without further ado, I will call upon him to give his piece.
إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. To proceed, respected Professor Krauss, guests, brothers and sisters, friends, relatives, I greet you with the warmest Islamic greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Which basically means, may the peace and blessings of God be upon you all. Today's question, Islam or atheism, which makes more sense? I would argue that if we use our reason, our rational faculties, we will definitely come to the conclusion that Islam makes more sense. And I'm going to use two simple arguments to verify that claim. Argument number one, Islam makes sense of the origins of the universe. Argument number two, Islam makes sense of the nature of the Quranic discourse. So let me go straight to the first argument, that Islam makes sense of the origins of the universe. Now, we all have had the same type of questions, well, most of us anyway. Why does the universe exist? Why is there something rather than nothing? And in response to that question, the grandfather of neo-atheism, Bertrand Russell, said, the universe is just there, and that's all. It's a brute fact. Even in Islamic history, as early as the 8th century, we had philosophical naturalists known as the Dahriya. They held similar views. Now, the implications of these historical opinions is that the universe is eternal. And if the universe is eternal, it implies there is an infinite past. But the question is, can we have an infinite past? Does the infinite make sense in the real world? Now, the assertion that the universe has an infinite past is absolutely irrational. This is because the quantifiable infinite cannot exist in the real world, something our beloved Professor Krauss has also suggested in his book, A Universe from Nothing, on page 71. He says clearly, the energy of empty space, or anything else for that matter, cannot physically be infinite. So we have to figure out a way to do the calculation to get a finite answer. Now, to highlight why the infinity or the infinite doesn't exist, take the following examples into consideration. Imagine we have, for example, an infinite number of Professor Kraus's in this room. And if I were to take 5 Professor Kraus's away, how many do we have left? Well, some mathematicians may say, well, we still have an infinite number of Professor Kraus's. Logicians will say we have infinity minus 5.
Okay.
But what stops me practically rude?
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. I was listening to a lecture on with this Islamic scholar and an atheist. You know, good evening, everybody. This is Friday, your open conversation on religion and society. I welcome you all from anywhere you are watching this program. I see brother also is in. Let me put him on. Mohammed, I will put your mic. Sorry. Mohammed, I have to put your mic mute because you are sounding, you're having more echoes. Isa, assalamu alaikum. I see your hands.
Yeah, you know, I'm still married. I need prayers from Sheikh. Sheikh, pray hard. Your man is suffering.
You better go to the hospital than prayers. It's better. It's easier. That will be faster. You go to the hospital and then prayers, because if you are praying,
now I understood, because God said, "Ad'uni astajib lakum." Stand up, then I help you. Then I have to go to the medicine and I pray. So I went to the medicine. So I need for prayers. I need prayers now. So going to the hospital has already taken place. So now I need prayers.
You mean you need miracle?
No, I don't need miracle. But I need prayers.
How will prayers help you in your situation?
Of course, I believe in God, so I believe if I pray to God, He will help me.
So if you don't go to the hospital and you just you pray there, your wound will heal.
That's what I told you. That's what I told you. God said, Aduni astajib lakum. Stand up, then I help you. When God said, I will give you risk, He didn't say you have to go and sleep. No, He said, go to the market and sell something. So I will how did they say it? I will provide to you.
Isa, we are already starting our debate and we did not even introduce. Assalamu alaikum. I leave you to greet the people who are the viewers, and and we go further.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, my name is Mohammed Mukhtar Isa, but as you see, they call me Garkuwa Malam or Kafefe AEB. That's a nickname. And we have started this program, Society and Islam, right?
Society and religion.
Society and religion is just, we want to benefit from all around the corner. So if you are on the screen, please do call and ask some questions. That will make the program very wide. But when you come and just keep quiet and go, it doesn't help, which means we are just talking for nothing. But when you call, you ask questions, we deliver the answers, that will make the program very nice. So we hope everybody will try calling so that we'll be just talking. It's just a conversation, it's nothing else. And we are all learning from each other. Salam alaikum.
Yes. And there I will say also, people should share this video, for the benefit of others who might forget or who don't know about it. They will learn from it, and may also they can help us to learn more. Mohammed,
okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are saying good evening, everybody. And we are delighted to be here once again to join these brothers in this very important program, which is religion and society. And it is the aim is, as Mr. Kefefe just mentioned recently, to benefit people and to share with them what we have. And we are welcoming everybody to come and join us with whatever question you have. You can just enter and ask the question, and then we will try our best to answer to it in the benefit of the society.
Very much. Your network did not allow to learn from you. And Isa, you run away when my guests come, and you did not allow to have a meaningful debate.
No, that time, I'm feeling pain and I'm laughing, and the pain was penetrating, so I have to run away, bro.
Why were you laughing?
No, the conversation, I find it very strange.
How?
To be frank, there are some words when it is coming from a believer, it makes me strange. So as a believer, also a Muslim, and then when I heard the conversation, I was saying, wow, then our Muslims have a lot to do. You see? Yes.
So what do you say? What do you mean about the Malams? When you say Malams, that means the Islamic preachers, they have a lot to do.
The Islamic preachers, the ulama, the Islamic preachers, they have a lot to do, because when somebody calls himself as a Muslim and is having this kind of idea and is living in the Muslim community, my brother, we are failing. It's totally failed.
So, what do you mean? No, that is not failing. People have freedom of thought. People have freedom of. Let me tell you what. Let me put it this way. A man was born among a society. When he grew up of age, he started questioning the way society was, and how does society worships, and how they identify themselves to the oneness of God. When that man seek knowledge and try to make sense out of all this his surrounding, he decided he started to isolate himself inside of the truth to find that connection. When that man started isolating himself, even though there are teachings, you hear teachings say that man was even guided to that destiny, because he was destined to be that way. When that man started isolating himself, questioning this, his surrounding, God come to him. And when God sent an angel to him, God said, that angel said to that man, "Learn, read in the name of your creator, the one that created you."
Now I want to ask you a question. You are talking about angel go to a certain man. Which man are you talking about?
Listen, I'm not finished. You have to listen first.
Okay.
Yeah. So when this message come to him, that man, he found himself. He found the truth that he preaches to the wide world. That man was not alone. I can give you two other men, who were in search of truth. When they were in search of truth, questioning their surroundings, there was the first man. I will ask me who was the first man first. I will answer to the first man. The first man is called Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet of Islam.
Why are you saying the man?
Because I just want to give you a story. Because when I say the prophet, so it will be. I'm just giving you. I'm making you. You were saying his way. It is you are questioning the way the other man thinks, the one who was here. But the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is said when he questioned his surrounding, when he started questioning his surrounding, how those people worship and the way they are, the life they were living, he started isolating himself in search of the truth. But it is taught to us that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was already chosen before he knows. This is the teaching that we had. But in search of the truth, he started isolating from his society, going to go find it, and God sent an angel to him. The other man I am talking about is when he was born among powerful men. This society in which he was born, they were worshiping a god, their gods. They have one or more gods, 2 or 3 gods for everything. He started questioning those gods because you know why? Even he go with his parents to those gods, he see those gods. They carve those gods. His society, his family, and all those people, they carve those gods. And they put them in a certain place to go there every time when they have a problem. They go to pray to those gods. You understand what I'm saying? And that person, that man, when he was outside of the truth, he started isolating himself, started questioning the way his society lives and the way his society connects to what they call God. God appears to him.
Okay, you have talked too much. People will forget. Let me tell you something. I'm going to quote one ayah for you.
Yes.
Maybe that will help us. Look.
Yeah.
When the Jibril come to Prophet,
yeah,
he asked Prophet. He said, "Ikra."
Yeah.
And Prophet said to me, "I don't know how to read." He said, "Ikra." He said, "I don't know how to read. I don't know." He pack him like this, and he said, "Ikra bi ism rabbika allazi khalaq." Read with the name or in the name of the one who created you.
Yes.
There, that is where the Bluetooth connection from the Rasulullah to the to God. That is where the Bluetooth started. This one is the connection from. That's why it's a connection from Rasulullah to his creator. But let me tell you something.
But
in the Quran, in the Quran, there is a word or there is an ayah. وَلَوْ كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ الرَّسُولَ. We are not going to punish you unless we have sent you the prophet. So after the last prophet, Muhammad Rasulullah, he has sent to you. So there is no way that you can just escape that. No, I don't know. That's why I told you that our manners has a lot to do, because it is very, it is just unimaginable that as Iman in the Islam society, Islam community, thinking like that man, how the man is thinking. It's very, that's why I said we have a lot to do.
But Isa,
Mr.
do you know Tariq?
Tariq is a hanya. Yeah, it's way. Tariq. When we say Tariq in Islam, it's way.
I see you follow the tariq of Imam Ibrahim Banyas.
Ahmed Tijani, yeah.
But in the Tijaniya, do you know there are a lot of ways, a lot of tariqs under the Tijaniya? Do you know that?
I know that. I know.
So, why are they not all one?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Tariqa, we said it is just, we don't say, okay, it's Islam, but it's not that's how people are taking it as Islam.
What do you mean?
Because people are taking it, if I'm not doing a tariqa, then I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Muslim. That's not so. It's a way of sunnah. When you practice it the way it is, it's up to you. But some people are also abusing it. I'm a tariqa to Tijaniya.
Hold on. No, yeah. Hold on. We will go further on that. Mohamed Toure.
Yes.
You are quiet. What do you have to say to what it's like me and Isa, we start from early. What do you have to say on this?
On what? You have to ask a question before I answer.
The last week Saturday, Friday, unfortunately, yes, your network didn't allow us. Yes. Isa found the contribution of the young man on the program funny, yeah, and so how to call it? How did he put it? He said he said the preachers of Islam have a lot of work to do because they have Muslims, people who believe and who are between Muslims who think like that, and he found that very, very complicated. Yeah. What do you have to say to that?
Yeah,
but tell him what the guy said. Tell him what the guy said.
He listened to the program.
Yeah, I listened to the program on Sunday, and I've followed very well the belief of the guy. And I wish if I meet this man and I have chance to discuss with him over the things that he was saying. Anyway, I agreed with Isa 100% in what he said, that the preachers, Islamic preachers, had a lot of things to do. It is quite true, especially if we face such kind of very strange concept and beliefs. A Muslim who was brought up in a society dominated by Muslims having it. It is quite true, because this kind of beliefs and concept which the man was trying to explain in the last program, these are not basing on either Quran or Hadith. These are called, how we can call it, details or the methodology, things that come from here and there without basing on any ayah or Hadith. And as a Muslim, you cannot believe in anything which is not based on ayah or Hadith. If it is unthinkable.
Okay, listen.
Something tangible, we see it in our eyes. We can touch it with our hands. But the other things that we call.
His network start again. But here is the argument of the young man. I'm not speaking
from the Quran or from the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu. If not, we should leave it. That's the conclusion of the story.
I understand. I understand your standpoint. Your standpoint is, wait, I lock somebody out. Wait. Give me a second. Yeah. Sorry, brother. Here is the argument of the brother was here. He made a point with you when you said you don't believe. When you said you don't believe, Islam did not talk about the Quran doesn't talk about witchcraft, and the Hadith doesn't. There is nowhere on the Hadith and Quran that spoke about this evil act that they call witchcraft. You know. He told you that you don't know even that even in the Quran there is a lot of witchcraft and magic. You know, he give an example about he give example about Prophet Suleiman, who was able to talk to every living thing. You know, And he gave some. He made some ayahs. He even gave. He's only kept make ayahs because for him.
But look, some of them is karama. We call it karama. It's a karama. I don't know how to say it in English, but I know you understand what karama is.
Miracle.
Karama as
Miracle.
miracle. Actually, some of them are miracles. It's not what the guy was thinking. Some of them is just like when Jesus
the guy is here. Why you people are arguing? Come on.
When the prophet Isa is taking is waking up, when the prophet Isa is waking up people from the death, it's from the easing of Allah. It's not of his. That's why we call it a miracle from God. It's a miracle. You understand what I mean?
So if miracles can be, what about if we can say then the witchcraft and all these people, they use miracles also to do their things.
That's why I call you. It's two different things. They have their own, by their own is devil, by their own is devil. But don't forget, as the guy said, it's really true. The witchcraft is also is in the Quran. Last I told you, you come some place, you see it ayn. When you see ayn,
you are contradicting Muhammad. Muhammad, come in here. Peter said there is in the Quran that, and you said not. So that's mean you people are you understand the Quran differently.
No, wait. When we are talking about ayn.
No, wait.
When we are talking about ayn.
Wait.
Let him complete.
Complete. Okay, then complete. Muhammad,
when somebody starts, especially if I can stop you, you stop. But if I'm talking, I have to give you more explanation for you to understand me. But you are putting me questions, so I can stop you.
No,
I'm talking. In the Quran, there is a state that they say ayn. When they say ayn, last I told you, the ayn refer almost about 4 or 3 things. There is some place where you say ayn, there is ears or eyes. And there is some place where you see ayn, is the meeting place of rivers or is the meeting place of water. Where water come, the meeting place, we call it ayn. And when you come a certain place also you see ayn, and here we are talking about the witchcraft. But before you are able to identify this ayn is talking about the witchcraft or the meeting point of water, of of the eyes, then you have to read all of the verse. Then the verse will tell you what they mean there. So that's what I mean.
Verse in the Quran, which surah and where are you talking about?
I will check it. Don't worry. I will give it to you later.
Mohamed Toure, come in here.
Okay. Well, what he tried to explain is what I wanted to mention in our last program, but unfortunately the network didn't allow me to give the needed development about that. If you remember, I told you that according to the witchcraft, according to the way people define it in West Africa, especially in our Gambia, take note to this sentence which I'm saying. I say according to the way people define witchcraft in West Africa, that is not something existing in either Quran or Hadith. That should be clear. The way people define it in our society, that's not something existing. But there is something else.
Wait. Before you go further, how did our society describe witchcraft? How did they describe it? Can you say it?
Okay, they describe witchcraft as kind of people who are able to fly, people who are able to eat someone else, people who are able to do so many different kinds of things against somebody.
So you don't believe that?
They inherit. If your mother is a witchcraft, you must be a witchcraft. And anyone belong to that family must be a witchcraft. You understand it, and I understand it.
No, it's not a must. Isa made a claim.
So, according to that, we don't find any ayah or hadith in Sharia which can prove that.
So,
I hear
and
me.
where, yes, I'm hearing. Where, Isa, Mohammed's network is creeping again. So, what now? You said the ayn that the Quran is talking about is where Muhammad missed. But Muhammad want to clarify himself by saying how society define this problem. But the problem is one, my brother. We are talking about the same single problem that you call it is stated in the Quran called ayn. But I don't wanna waste our time on this, because I just wanted to ask you on to bring on this topic the last time. But you people did not allowed to have a debate with Aliu Balde over this, and you wish to Mr. Aliu Balde, come on ahead.
Let me see his face,
Well,
please.
the
Aliu
one
Bal,
that
come
I
on,
am.
come on board. Come on board, come on board.
Aliu,
Yes, I am making attire. I'm making attire.
okay, enjoy. Aliu, these
Yeah.
brothers are your contribution last Friday. Very, very, very strange that you, as calling yourself a Muslim, living among the Muslim society, thinking that deep in about Islam, finding fault in religion. So disturbing. They think that our preachers, Muslim preachers around you, should do a lot to come to set light to you. What do you have to say to them?
Yeah, what I have to say is that he misunderstand me.
Possible, possible.
Because
Very good. Possible.
he don't understand me. He misunderstand me.
That's
Make
good.
yourself clear.
I think Esa misunderstand.
Hmm.
I mean, Esa misunderstand me. Esa,
Yes.
Okay.
he misunderstand me.
Can you make him
He
understand your point?
misunderstand me.
Yes.
Yes, because I also read like how Esa read. We all read the same book. You understand? So when it comes to religion, you are supposed to know your religion in and out. You understand? Because as rightly mentioned, religion is part of us, we human beings. We cannot go without religion.
Thank you, sir.
You see, so because it teaches us good things that are good for us in our body and in our society and in the whole world. It teaches only good things. So these teachings is found in everything, in science, in medicine, in motor vehicles. Understand? Because they are all creation of God, Almighty Allah. You understand? So because you have to understand the Almighty. You cannot worship Him without understanding His creation, how He created human beings. Yes. So I am also a Muslim, because what I know is that so that we also know more about our religion.
But your argument last Friday was even religion itself is magic. It's full of magic.
No, when I says that, because when you look at our religion, what they teaches us, what they taught us, you understand? Let's say why we pray. We pray because prayer is a form of meditation.
Okay.
You understand? It's a form of meditation. So a human being to meditate is yes, it's a form of meditation, because you calm yourself down. You understand? You concentrate. Understand? It's a form of meditation. So this, meditation also is good. Yes, it's good. Meditation is good. You understand? You can find it everywhere. There are people who meditate every time. Because once you meditate, you go into those details of creation. Your belief will be more firm, because God says you search, and then you search, and whatever you search, you will find that you have more big things there that is only God that is capable of those things. You understand? It makes you believe firmly. Yes.
So, but you disagree with Mohammed Toure saying that, you know, there is no witchcraft, and you know, he doesn't believe the way they describe
No, you have
witchcraft
to
in the Quran.
understand. You have to understand Mohammed Turo also. He told you that there are so many ways, and there are some things that people are doing that is not compact to what he means. That's what I understood him here, because he just narrated and he just said it that he wanted to.
Mohammed Toure is here. Let him clear himself, because I don't understand him. Because if he said there is no witchcraft, and that is part of our society, and he said the Quran doesn't mention that, and no sooner, and you want to Mohammed unmute yourself. You mute yourself. Mohammed Toure, génneel sa mute bi yaa ko defal sa bopp. He mute himself. I cannot unmute him. It says he chooses to be muted, so he have to unmute himself before. So Isa, can you connect to brother Aliu now? Aliu Balde now.
What do you mean?
What Aliu? Do you understand him now?
I understood him that even the method of our prayers is like a medicine. It's true, because there is a doctor that said when you put your head.
He said meditation. He said meditation. Yeah. You know, meditation can be like yoga. You know, if you go to the Buddhists, you go to these Buddhists and all those other religions, they use meditation as a prayer. Islam
that's not what he said. He said our prayers is like a medication. So there is a distance.
No. You didn't hear him. He did not say medication. He said meditation. Meditation, like to reconnect your inner self, like to think in deeper, to connect.
Okay. It may be also like that, because prayers, you reconnect your mind or you reconnect yourself to God.
Okay.
So yeah. So if he says so, maybe I can understand him, because there are some things that somebody have to clarify himself very good before you can understand him. As he said last week. Now the word that he used, if you take your science and then work with it, it's true, because anytime that we are going to pray, we submit all our soul to God. I think you understood. So we submit everything to God, and then we pay attention into prayers. So I understood him in that way.
Oh, what was? Can you tell this brother what was so strange for you in his contribution last Friday? What did you find so disturbing as a Muslim?
To be frank with you, last week I was having pain. So he said something that, and you were arguing with him, that I forgot really what was it, but it was just something that I think, wow, I really forgot what he said, and then make me laugh. You were also laughing, and if you can remember me, maybe I can just say something.
Here is what where I had problem with him last Friday. Yeah. If you had, because brother Aliu wanted to use English terms to describe a religion of Islam, which doesn't start from English.
You know what? Last week I was watching one Malam, and he was saying something like this, that we have to be very careful. Taking Quran translation and then translating the real Quran is very dangerous. Some of the words doesn't compact. It's just like an example that what I mentioned to you here. This iron. And the iron refers to almost three things at the same time. So there are so many things, so many. Even when we come to zikr, when you come to zikr, at times zikr in the Quran is not prayers, it's zikr, it's reading the Quran. At times in the Quran, when you see zikr, it's not prayers, it's not reading the Quran, but it's tasbih. You see, so these kind of things, when you are reading the translation of only the translation of Quran, at times it's a little bit difficult. You'll be translating some things in another way.
You know,
but it helped. It really helped, because I myself at times I used to read.
Did you ever watch? There is a program that Al Jazeera did called the Caliphate. Did any of you ever watch that? The Caliphate.
No,
Did you
I don't think.
try and watch the Caliphate? Go on YouTube and type the Caliphate. Then you will see the beginning of Islam and where this difficulty all comes in, where we Muslims collide, where we have problems.
Well, later, when you have time, just write it the way it is and send it to me.
Yeah, it's Caliphate. Come, if you put Caliph, the Caliphate, like, you know, the Caliphate, if they put that like that, it's Caliphate. You go on YouTube, you see it from Al Jazeera. There is a documentary about Islam from the starting up to date, where we are, where we differ from thoughts, you know, and all these schools of thought comes in. But you know,
no problem. Let us put that one aside. Later we'll talk about it. But I was talking about when we come to the religion and society.
Yeah,
you know, this thing is totally different thing.
Yes.
But here is the case that most of us, we have taken the society even more than the religion. You see, some of us didn't know even much about the religion, but we know much about the society. And some of us also has taken the society to be the religion. You see, something doesn't even concern the religion, but they take it as a religion.
How can you differ the two? When there is no religion when there is no society?
Of course, there is a religion. There is a religion. It's a totally different thing.
Religion comes to correct society. So
yes.
So what is society? What is religion when there is no society?
Religion comes to correct society, but it's totally different thing. That's why it comes to correct society. If it is not, if religion is a society, then why is the religion coming to correct the society?
Because there is a creator, so a creator that creates mankind, and he wants that the people live according to his will, and he sends prophets and teach and books like Holy Quran.
At times, look, Islam is not about how I think.
Why?
Islam is not about how people are thinking or how you think. Islam is a method of how God asks us to obey the Islam or to perform the Islam. I want to ask you something. You are a Muslim. You are a Muslim. Do you know how to do this thing?
Even you don't know what you want to ask me. How can I know what you want to ask me?
No. I want to. I know. I want to. The name itself. I want to.
Say it in Hausa. Maybe I will.
Ture, please, can you help me? This thing by if you are going to do wudu and you don't have water, how do we call it, please?
Taimum. I know how to do taimum.
Taimam. Yeah, taimam.
I know how to do that. I am an old man. I have been practicing Islam for a long time now. So I know those things.
You see how taimam is performed. If you can do taimam, so, and if you don't know about taimam, and they ask you that you can take a stand also to make wudu, how are you going to do it?
Knowledge. Somebody have to teach you, because religion starts from somebody. Somebody have to teach, and that spread. So that's how it went. So this is where, you know, I always say.
So now you understand it is totally different between society and Islam, because if Islam is there to correct society, which means society is totally different thing than Islam.
No. Society is religion. Religion is society. So if there is no religion, if there is no society, there will be no religion. Mame Ture, can you come in here? Mame Ture Muyenelaw. Hey, Aliou Balde. What do you say to my argument with this brother? There is no religion where there is no society, and there is no religion when there is no society. He said there is religion without society. What do you understand to that? For me, I differ.
I said they are totally two things. They are not the same. Religion is different than society. I didn't say that there is no society. I said they are totally different things. They are two things, they're totally different.
I want you to help me understand, because me, I believe religion is from people, from the people and for the people. And if there can be a religion,
religion is from God to people. It's not from people to people. You are wrong.
Who made us understand this is from God? Did God speak?
يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله.
Can you translate that? Me, I am not versed in Arabic. You are just misleading me. You are just telling me what I don't know. Tell me what
God is sending you a message. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة. You, all mankind, you have to believe. Ya ayyuhan nas ittaqu rabbakum allazi. You have to believe, or you have to obey the one who created you.
Yes.
Who created you and who bring you people together, and who created you in the male and man and female.
Isa,
Abubakar will help me much because my English is not so good. So at times I find it difficult, serious.
Mohamed Toure, can you help me to understand this, brother? Mohamed Toure, Mohamed is sleeping. Aliou Toure, hey, Aliou Balde, can you come in here?
Mohamed Toure is always having
problems. He was talking about religion and society.
Yes.
You see, religion is there to make society good. And then, because religion starts with the individual himself, the person himself.
Thank you, brother.
Understand? It guides you to the good things that you are supposed to do, and the bad things, it stops you from those bad things. Understand? It became like a law. So this law, it is for your own good. But how can you make me understand? That is the problem. So how can you by telling me what is good for you and what is bad for you? You understand? So these bad things, like, do it inside yourself, your heart, in your heart. You understand? So if your heart did something bad, you understand, but you didn't do it. You understand? Till now, you have committed a sin. You understand?
What do you mean? What do you mean by committing
you can commit sin in different ways. Even if you step on somebody, you have committed a sin.
He knows. We have already talked about that, how to commit a sin and what is sin, small and big sin. He knows. So don't waste your time there. Let's go.
Wait.
So what? Okay, now this sin. Now
he knows. Sin, don't even stop there. Go ahead.
When it comes out, to offending the general public, you can commit a crime. It becomes a crime because it becomes a punishable offense. So that's why we have lot of bad people in the society. We cannot understand because why are so many bad people? It's because they don't follow the religion. That's what causes all these bad people. If we exactly follow that, God says, don't trouble nobody, don't do anything to bad things to people. If you all do that, there will be peace. There will be peace everywhere. But once we don't obey the commands, understand, we take it as the religion's duty, to enforce those laws on the people. Then it becomes difficult. You understand? So the human being also, the human being also should know that within himself, whatever he do will come back to him. That is nature. When you touch fire, nobody will tell you to remove your finger. It will burn you. It's nature. When you touch something cold, it will make your hand feel cold. So it is nature. So this nature is what these people, what the religious people, they take as God. You understand? Everybody has his mind. There is something that is talking to him.
Are you talking about
in your mind?
Are you talking about predestined? Are you talking about predestined? Like say
no,
that is the will.
I'm talking about yes, I'm talking about the human being himself, because he have to know that there is something guiding him at the back of his mind. When you want to do things, something in back of your mind will tell you to stop or do it. But because you don't listen to that voice, you don't listen to that advice, you go and you do things what you feel like to do. You understand? But that that voice is there always guiding. So we have to think, have to listen to that voice within us all that is guiding us. If we do that, there will be no problem. So religion also, the importance of religion is that it tells us how this system is operating, the rules and the regulations of God. That is the nature of things, how things are operating. You have to respect them. If you don't do that, at the end, because you have to be bad inside yourself before you will show it out. So if you are good inside yourself.
I will. What about those who take religion in their hand? They think that they are the warriors of God.
My brother, that one is totally wrong. Those who take the religion in their hand is totally wrong. You have to practice the thing the way it's supposed to, and the way it is.
What make you think you are right and they are wrong, and they are also following religion?
No. Look, my brother. Like how we are here, you see one of Muslim and then he kills somebody just because he said that maybe he's wrong. Why?
Yeah, because there is somewhere somebody teach him in a Muslim. My
brother, it's not like that.
These people
in the African community, most of the men used to beat their husband, their wife. It is not allowed and it is not permitted. But why are they doing that? They said that Prophet said, if your wife did something, you have to beat her.
Is that true?
Yes, true.
Did the Prophet say that?
Yes, it's true.
So why do you think it's wrong if the Prophet said that?
You have to ask me how. Then I will teach you how the Prophet said. Look, that's why we have English and we have English literature, isn't it?
Yes, English literature. I know. Yes.
Some people speaking English, they speak English very good. But when you give them the literature book, they will read and they will never understand. You agree with me there?
Yes.
Good. Prophet said, if your wife do something, you have to beat her. But he analyzed, he gave exactly what you have to take and beat her. So if a prophet said, if your wife do something, beat her, and you have taken the teachings of prophet that you are going to beat your wife, you will not beat her. Simply because prophet said, if you want to beat your wife, take a handkerchief and beat her with that. You know handkerchief?
Yes.
What is handkerchief?
Yeah, handkerchief can be like soft thing that you use to wipe yourself.
Exactly. That's why he said, take that one and beat your wife. And when he said that one, he said, even if you beat her with that and she's having pain, don't do that. Beat her with something that she will never have pain. And beat her without leaving mark on her body. My brother, if somebody asks you to beat your wife or to beat somebody with these options, are you going to do that?
No. You never know. You never know.
No, my brother. No. When we are talking something like this, go straight ahead. Don't say no, but you never know. No. You have to say yes or no, then we go further. But when you say no, but you never know, what you never know?
Listen,
why are you doing like this?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm coming. I'm finding.
Look, my brother, look, in Islam, some people are misusing Islam 100%. And I agree with whether they like it or not, it's like that. Prophet said, if you go and kill somebody, I, Prophet, I will be a judge to that person in the day after. Then if you are following Prophet, the teaching of Prophet, and he said this, and you went and killed somebody also in the name of Prophet, who are you and what are you practicing?
But people say they are.
That's what I'm telling you now. We are talking. Some people are taking the law in their hands, which is not good, and it is not the teaching of the Prophet.
You know what once I told one brother, I say, hadith, many people they base on hadith to do their things. Hadith is like, I say to one boy, I say, listen, me and you, like we are in this room now. Something happened outside. Yeah, we had something happening outside. We all go outside there and see
Everybody
the same
will give
thing.
his own narration. Everybody will
Okay.
give his own narration.
You understand what I'm saying? This is where
Yeah.
religion is. That's why you have a lot of, you know, this is where I was coming to you with this Tariq thing. You know,
I know.
you know, this is where I was
You
coming
know,
to you
even
with.
Bubakar, even now, if I tell you something, Bubakar, tell Mr. Mohammed this story. When you tell Mr. Mohammed the story, before you finish, you will reduce something or you increase. So if you have to tell 10 people or 15 people the same story, at the end of the 15 people, maybe my story will totally change. Simply because there is something will be added or something will be reduced.
Yes, there is one Chinese video. I don't know, Chinese or Asian video was going around where they do this experiment. You know, like people standing behind each other in a line. The other one will make an action. The first person did an action, and they don't have to look. You just turn you let the other look at you. You make the same action that you think you saw from the other, and that's how it went. Before it arrived to the last person, it already become something else. So imagine Islam is about 1,500 years, something like that. You know, 1,000 years ago, a religion started called Islam from a prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, yeah? And the teachings is still going. So you see now, you see a Muslim, you know, you go to a Muslim going into a mosque, exploding himself.
That's wrong, my brother. That's totally wrong. Me, I'm against that, and there is a lot of Muslims who are against that. Look, during the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he never go and put table and then with mic preaching. He never did that. But people are converting to Islam because of his attitude, brother.
Yes.
His attitude, a good manner, the way he speak, the way he is with his neighbor. Even if you are a Christian and you are not, he doesn't come and force you. That's why they say, Lakum dinukum waliyad-din. But
to you your religion, and to me mine.
Yes.
So why do other Muslims think that other believers are wrong?
That one, it is stated that is in the deen al-Islam, that the correct deen by Allah is Islam. That's why you see there is a Torah, there is Injila, Torah for Moses, Injila for Jesus, and Quran for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This what is that? All of them come, and he is the seal, the last of the messenger. So that's why they said before I quoted we are not going to punish you unless we send you a messenger. So let me answer. There is a question, there is a problem that we are facing now. Some people are saying that even the parents of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will be in the hellfire simply because they died before the Islamic.
So do you believe that?
I don't believe that, because this ayah qualify that they are not going to be in the hellfire because they wasn't die when the prophet arrived.
So what? Let me tell you this. What do you say to somebody who is born in Turnout? Yeah, he or she is born in Turnout here. He or she never see anything positive about Islam. He always see what Muslims does, this wrongdoing, killing other people, killing each other. And you want to make that person believe that, you know, what you said, the best
My
religion.
brother, in this case, it's very difficult, because as a Muslim, we have to teach people what is Muslim. We have to show our good side. But it's rather unfortunate we are showing the bad side. You see, so that's where we are having problems. So you see me and you see my community, we are totally different, bro. Maybe you see that.
Ali Balde, can you come in, please? What do you have to say to what I'm saying? Is this what we are saying, referring to last time, saying, you know, People
you see,
don't
you
understand.
people are just like, you know, what is happening here? You know, you have many religions in this world, many of them. So with all these millions of religions, many types, so they are all teaching us one thing. They are all telling us one thing. It's a story about us, you and me and him. You understand? So because of that story, we have to understand what is happening. Because the what religion do is they teach us what is good. They tell us how to do good things, how to have something from heaven on us.
This African network problem is disaster.
Yeah, his network is going.
But Bube, you know what? They are paying more than us, eh?
In Africa, yes, I know. When I went, I told my friends, I said the money I spend here on internet,
it's too
if
much.
I don't spend that in Belgium for
and
1
these
month.
people, these communication ministers are stealing the money. You pay for more than 1 gig, they will give you just 20 megabytes. Serious. That's what is happening there.
But Isa, before Ali Balde will come, this network will come back. So you see, what do you say to the fact that religion is so? Ali Balde was making this point last week, saying, you know, religion is misrepresented.
Religion
is misrepresented. Like people, you know, using religion.
No, that one is true. That one is true.
They are not telling the truth of religion.
That one is true, especially in our Islam. People are taking the laws in their hands. They can just tell you this one is kafir. You will see your Muslim brother, but he will tell you that you are kafir. You will go to hell. It's your Muslim brother, and you see that the kalimat shahada, you are doing it, and you are praying 5 times a day. You are doing all the necessary thing that you are doing. But just because you disagree on him on other way, he will just call you kafir.
So what do you say to the fact that, you know?
For me, I know
there are a lot of cults, like it's just groups. Because if you have like why you go and choose the best teachings that fits you, or that you understand more, like you went and you understand, you never never met say Ibrahim Banyas, you know, Ibrahim Niasse, but his way of life, his teaching, the way he practices Islam, and his teachings, you understand that it resonates with you, so you follow his
so how did you know that I'm following Ibrahim Niasse? How do you know?
You know, I saw you do all the way you post and you do these programs also, and you put people before when I started living this my beer like this, people thought I was from that, I was practicing teaching, following his teachings, you know, because in Gambia and Senegal he's very popular.
Look, Sheikh Ibrahim Niasse, while he always teach people how to love Prophet and how to follow the Sunnah. So when we are talking about Sunnah, the Rikat Tijaniya of the Sufis are the Sunnah. Because nothing that is from the teachers from the Sufis which is forbidden or which is not good. But there are a lot of Tijaniyas doing things that is also not good. That's where we are having problems.
I want to ask you this question. The last time I had a program with Mohamed Toure, the first time I asked him about in the Tijaniya, in the Tariq, especially with the people who follow Ibrahim Banyas. May he so rest in peace. May God bless him with his work from
Amen.
They do this weird. They take weird, and I see when they take the weird, they do they make a lot of things, like they even go out of their minds. Can you explain?
My brother, look, you see this weird. There is a lot of things that you can take, and you are doing. If you are doing the word, It comes a time that you don't see anything, you see only God. That's how they were.
How is that possible?
And you see, yeah, because it is only you are calling the name of Allah always, and you see that your soul will be there always, and by then you just take away from doing bad thing, you take away from alcohol, you take away from zina, you take away from stealing, you take away from anything. That you see that you will be connected, or you see that you submitted yourself to God. So when you have time always with this thing, and you see that at times your ruh shows you that now I have God in me. God in me is not that God is in you, but the way that you are connecting to him, you see that anything that even if you pray to God, oh God, please give me this, you see that God will help you, God will give you. Oh God, give me a way like this, God will give, because you submitted yourself to him. Submit yourself to God is what we call wurid. Astaghfirullah that we are doing is just God forgive me, God forgive me. For what? For the thing that we did, we don't know. Even if you do, you ask Astaghfirullah, God will forgive you, because that's why he said, Istaghfiru rabbakum innakum kana ghafara.
I want to understand this miracle of the Nyasens, these people who follow Nyas. In the Gambia, in the street where I was living in Joshua, Ibo Town, there are a lot of Nyasens there. You know, these charms and all this. When they are young ones, when they take this word, the whole street will know it, because some of them they do acts unimaginable. Some of them they hurt themselves and all those other kind of scary things. How can only calling the name of God reach you to make you to arrive on the stage?
That's what I told you. Some of us are taking the thing in the wrong way. Some of us are having this, these people, they have a lot of things that they do. There are some people that they have their own way even to call the jinn. When they take the distance that they are calling and call, they will just start within 20 minutes, the jinn will come, they will talk to him, and then he will go. And they are the only one who will see it. And some people also, what they do, they don't combine themselves with jinn. What they do, they combine with their God, with God. So they will stay only on their word. That's what I told you. We are all Tijaniyas. But some people there is also some ways, some people are doing other things, which is even not compact to the Tijaniyas. But simply because that person is a Tijaniya and is also doing this, so they just put us together that we are. That's why you see we are having a lot of problem with these people called Sunnah, and so on and so forth. But when we are talking about Sunnah, this Sufism are the Sunnah. But I'm not against of any. I'm not against of any this thing. But me, I'm a dedicated Tijaniya, and a lot of friends of mine here even do not are the Salafs. So, but me, exactly. But me, I'm not against of what you are doing, and I hope you also will not against of what I'm doing. And I will not go and put you in the hellfire, and you are not going to put you in the hellfire.
What is the difference from the Salafis and this Sunnah Tijaniya?
Okay, you know, the Salafis and the Tijaniya, example, the Tijaniya used to do Maulid. You know what Maulid is?
Yes.
Okay, example, the Salafis said that it's not necessary because Prophet didn't do it.
Yeah, but why Muslims think they should not celebrate the Christmas, the birth of Jesus Christ? So why would you celebrate the birth of the Holy Prophet?
That one is also a big question. The Prophet, we are celebrating our Prophet. So we cannot also tell them, we cannot tell them to stop, because that is what they believed. But we didn't believe, we Muslims didn't believe in celebrating Christmas. But is it not something that forbidden that I don't ask, no, don't do, no. My religion said,
Islam said you are not a Muslim until you believe in all the prophets.
Of
And
course.
Isa sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you are even named after him.
Yeah, I'm Isa, yeah.
Why you never celebrate your own namesake? He was one of the.
The problem is we believe there is no Muslim who is Muslim without believing Jesus.
So why?
But
What I'm saying, why you never celebrate Christmas when Christians are celebrating your own namesake? You are named after a prophet. That is the Christians are
I'm
celebrating.
named after a prophet, but that doesn't mean I should do all what they are doing. I'm not a Christian. If I'm supposed to be a Christian, of course I will go. Why are okay? The prophet.
But you are a Muslim. You believe in
Muslim.
Jesus. You
Of
believe
course,
in Jesus.
100%.
You only don't believe in the Trinity of Jesus Christ. But
Exactly.
you
believe. I didn't believe he's born. He's a son of God, and I didn't believe he's also this. And I didn't.
But these Christians, the Christian community, they celebrate the birth of the Holy Prophet Isa sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
But you know, even in the Bible, there is no specific date that mentioned this is the day of the birth date of our prophet. Even the Bible doesn't.
I don't know.
The Bible doesn't. No, Bible doesn't.
Aliou Balde, you were saying something before your network kick you out. Can you tell us what you say religion? You say religion, all these religions are trying to teach us about ourselves. Can you continue from?
Yes, the religion, all of them, because they are all the same. If you ask how he said before, he said that Islam is since in the beginning. Islam is the beginning. In the beginning, that was Islam. So you see, Christians also, they will claim the same thing, that since in the beginning they are Christianity. So all the Jews also, they will say that their religion was since in the beginning. So it means that they are all the same. You see, if you look at Christianity, they divide into many forms of Christianity. Muslims also divide into many forms of Muslims. Likewise, Jews. There are different types, subdivisions. You understand? So it should not be like that, because there is only one thing. What the religion is asking is for us to follow a proper way of conduct in ourselves, in our family, in the society and community and the whole world at large. We are also.
So you only do what you believe. You only do what you believe in. That's it.
No. You are. It's not what. It's what is right. You have to do what is right.
Exactly.
What is right? Yes. You have.
Yes.
What is right. So these prophets, they are just there to explain the way. You understand? They explain you the way how the things are working. You understand? So if you said I'm following Muhammad, but Muhammad and Jesus, they preach the same thing. You understand? So let us all just come together. We know that we are the same. What is more important is let us find out the truth.
There is somebody.
But if it's
there is somebody. One of my viewers from my my YouTube channel. He says anybody that follows the Bible or any other scripture is believing in history that cannot be proven.
Okay, yes, like this type of people. Yes, like this type of people. If you are a Muslim, you want to answer this type of question. You understand? And then you start to quote verses, start to narrate stories about this and that. This person will not understand that. So you have to come to his term. Explain him what is what. Explain him correctly so that he can understand. But if you just say, okay, if you don't believe, this and that, he will not take your answer. He will not take your answer. You will argue here up to tomorrow. He will not accept it. So you have to come to his term.
Why do you
Let's
believe?
say he like the Bible. If you
why do you think he will not believe you, Aliou?
What?
Why do you think he will not believe you when you try to quote the Quran like Muhammad?
Because when he says, for example, like what he says here, anybody that follows the Bible or other scriptures, including the Quran, is believing in a story that cannot be proven, and then he is right. You understand? It is a story. It is not something that happened in literal view. It's a story.
So in his
You have to
sense,
know that.
he's right.
Yes, in another sense. Because for example, they will ask you where is King Solomon, where is King David, where is their graveyard? Understand? Or something like that. You see? So you cannot be able to to go back to history. You start to search them. You will not see them.
But
you understand? What he is telling us now, he cannot believe that it is. He said it's a story that somebody cannot believe it. But you have to explain him why did he not believe it? You don't have to believe it.
He said, he also write this.
You don't have to believe it.
He said, I don't believe in nothing, and I don't disbelieve in nothing. I look at
nothing. Yes.
I look at my 5 senses and in initiations and look at the truth in front of my eyes. What do you think this brother want to clarify here?
He said he want to believe in what he sees. What somebody tell him, he cannot believe that. You understand? You are telling him, you come to me, you tell me something. I have to analyze it. I cannot just believe you blindly. I have to analyze myself. So if you come up with the correct idea and the correct answers to your story, I said, okay, no problem. But
like
you tell me to pray or to tell me to fast.
Last week you disagree with a story on the Quran and the Bible about the boat.
Yes, all those things. Look at that. Oh, God created Adam and Hawa in the garden, so suddenly Adam and Hawa they eat from the fruit which they were not supposed to eat in less than 5 minutes. And in the first place, somebody will ask, why did God put the tree there in the first place if he don't want problem?
God is testing them.
Yeah, because why should he test them? He should just leave them to be free. He don't create a problem. Like a small kid, you put something in the freezer. He said, don't touch it. You go out. I assure you that he will find out what is in the fridge. Because once you told him that don't touch this one, he's bound to touch it. He must test it. He must know what it is.
Did you read what this brother write? He said he doesn't believe. He don't believe nothing, and he doesn't believe nothing. He just look at his 5 senses, and initiation, and look at the truth in front of his eyes. That means he can only believe something that is proven to him. That can be like authentic. What do you have to say to that?
So, my brother, this type of world, you cannot force nobody. And some people some people believe in themselves, and they don't bother what will happen, or they don't bother. So when it comes to this kind of point, my brother, it's totally difficult, because you cannot convince nobody. As he said, even what you take the Quran, you bring it, you take everything, he will tell you that no, what I believe is what I believe. So what are you going to do? So in this case, there are some things that I don't want to go in deep, because I don't know how to convince that person. Even if you give your money, it remains that. But if somebody is saying like this, I don't think there is even room for us to discuss much, because I don't know how to even start.
That's true. That's the point. This is where the freedom of thought has. This is where human beings have to use their minds. I believe. Many times, once one brother said to me, he said, Bubakar, I don't understand you. I said, what do you mean? He said, you are a Muslim. I say, yes, I am a Muslim. I'm a practicing Muslim. I practice Islam. He said, but your life is so flamboyant. You are so free. You go to festivals and you do this and this. I told him, listen, don't mix my spirituality and my way of life. I am a spiritual Muslim. It doesn't mean, I don't have to live. I am a human being too. I have my own wills. I have things that I can do. It doesn't mean that's why most of the people, when they ask me, I say I'm a Rasta Muslim. I'm a Rasmus. I'm a spiritual Muslim, and I'm a way of life. I'm a Rasta man. You know.
That's good. No.
So
so
what do you want to add to this before we conclude our program?
No, for me, there are some things that as a Muslim you have to behave as a Muslim. And
what is behaving as a Muslim?
Yes,
dressing like an Arab. You know?
No. Look, even at times that's where we used to make a mistake. Because we used to say that these people are Arab, so they are the perfect people, or they are those practicing the Quran perfect. No. Even in the Quran, God said, Inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyyan la'allakum ta'qilun. I have sent the Quran in the language of Arabic. Maybe they will be akal. They will take a sense from it. Why do you think that God has sent the Quran into the Arabic language? Just because these Arabic people, my brother, I used to tell them, even if the prophet wasn't come from the Arabic people, these Arabic people will not pray. Assuming prophet will come as a Bilal. Look at what they did to Bilal. Yeah, look at what they did to Bilal. So every time I used to say, my brother, if some people are taking Arabic people to define Islam is wrong. You have to define Islam with the character of the Islam with the Muslim person.
Bro, do you listen to this Pan-Africanist lecturers? This Pan-Africanists, these people who this Pan-Africanists, like these scholars who talk about about Africanism.
Because it's not all. I used to watch some people, but not all.
My sister Jenaba Kurubari, Assalamu alaikum. She said Islam is the complete way of life. That's what she said. Yes, we all as Muslims, we believe that, because that's what we believe. But in Islam, there are a lot of wrong things. People are, like you said, people are taking.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. In Islam, there are a lot of things that is going on there, which is not good. But that is not the Islam. That is the people doing that. So we have to blame those doing that. But we don't blame Islam. But that's where that's where we people are wrong. If I'm a Muslim, now I'm a Muslim. If I do something wrong, why are they blaming Islam? They have to blame me. I did it.
So do you think this is the identity of the individual and his spirituality is confused?
I may say that, because if somebody did something wrong, I think the credibility have to go to that person, but doesn't go to Islam. If a Muslim did something wrong, the credibility have to go to him. Doing a bad thing doesn't mean that he's a good Muslim. No, bro.
Yes, well, you said that you don't associate yourself. You call yourself Rasmus.
Yes.
Rasta Muslim.
Yes. Yes, that's what I call myself. I'm Erasmus. I am not Tijan. I'm not Sunni. I'm not Shia. I'm not Quadria. I'm not Ahmadiyya. I am Erasmus.
You are la ilaha ula wa la ilaha ula. You don't know where you come from. You don't know where you are going. Now, bro, I think we have taken almost 2 hours now.
So what is that? What is that? What is that? No, I don't understand that.
La ilaha ula wa la ilaha ula. You don't know where he come from. You don't know where he's going from.
The Rastaman, he believed, the oneness of everybody. Everybody is the same. People should be treated the same. People should live in peace and unity, and they believe all those things. The how people should live together, how people should hold each other. Islam teaches the oneness of God, you know, the supernaturality of this world, that one doesn't come, you know, you are not because of you want to be, because there is God who created you. You know, these confusions of these 99 sects of Islam, these people are Qadiriyah, these are Ahmadiyya, this, I am not part of that. I say, Asadu Allah, I believe there is no God but Allah, and that Allah, God cannot be begotten, and he cannot have a family, and, you know, nobody can create him, and he's, you know, there must be a supreme being. That's what I believe. And, you know, I my connection to that is to pray 5 times daily, you know. If I combine the way of, you know, these two, I say, you know, I am a Rasta man. I'm Erasmus, you know. I don't want to disturb the bifals, let them be who they are. I don't want to disturb the Nyasens. They can be what they want to be. You know, I love Ibrahim Banyas, you know, I love Serin Tuba. I love, you know, all these leaders.
Okay, you love. That's good. Now I think the program has ended. So what is the next week we get to see what we are going. I have to go.
Well, now that you people now have the chance to clarify things with Brother Aliu Balde, I'm very happy that we had.
No, looking at things. I think last week I just misunderstood him, because now today that I heard, but last week I was having a lot of pain, so my head was.
Maybe last week also he smoked bad weed. You know, when he smoked this, you know, he gets confused. So maybe that's why he was.
You are the Rasta. So you are the Rasta.
Me, I don't smoke. You don't have to smoke to be a Rasta man, you know.
So you are a ballhead Rasta. Ballhead Rasta.
No. Yeah, me, I'm a ballhead, if you want to say that. No problem. But you don't have to have the dread to be. Brothers, this is why we have to have the open conversation. Because if we don't talk, if we don't discuss, we cannot learn from each other. You know? It's only when we open our mindset, we can understand each other and we can learn from each other. I thank both of you. You know, Isa, last week, thank you for trying to listen to this young boy from Basse, from URR. You know, he's my younger brother, but he doesn't.
Thank you very much.
You know,
thank you very much. Tomorrow morning, call me.
Inshallah. If I wake
inshallah, don't forget. It's very important.
I will do that. I thank you very much for your time coming to make Brother Isa to understand your standpoint. You know, and I hope we learn more from each other. You know, because that's the only way we can move forward. Because one doesn't know everything. Peace. You know, Rastafari.
Thank you very much. Respect to you all. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Brothers and sisters. Sister Jenova, welcome to the Erasmus. Don't I introduce it to you? You don't know what was Erasmus. Now you know what is Erasmus. I'm starting my own Tariq, my own Tariq, like the Tijan, the Murids, and all those people. I start my own Tariq. You know, the last time I have a brother. You know, Alaji Mustafa Jallo. You know, maybe you people read from him on the Facebook. I like the way when, you know, people take a lot of time, you know, to celebrate others and to teach about other people, but they don't, you know, people very far from them, but they don't try to tell what they learn from people who they grow under, you know. When I read from this brother, Alaji Mustafa, you know, he's from Makati, you know. Makati, he's from Basse, you know, he was in Basse. You know. Alaji Mustafa always when he talk about Islam and he talk about teaching, doing good things, he quote from his father, Chernobyl, you know, may his soul rest in peace. He quote from his father, you know, because his father teaches what his father teaches him, and the teachings of his father. I like that, you know, because you cannot keep on talking about people far from you, you know, what you learn from those, what you are learning. But what you learn from the immediate people around you is more important than what you learn from hearsay. You know, I like that. You know, your surrounding is a book. You have to be open to it, just to read your own environment. You cannot just, you don't want to expect me to be a Muslim. You picture me in an image of an Arab. No, I am an African, and I'm a Fulani of that end. You know, so I am not an Arab. So many people, you know, they confuse this. You know, and the acts of the man himself and what the teachings is. Maybe, you know, I am angry. I want to base myself based on a certain teaching, and you know, justify for my actions, you know, to bring avenge on people that I am angry of. If you look at all these terrorists here, all this terrorism in Europe and America, these are people who are angry of the system or the society in which they see, you know, they see themselves in. They try to justify, you know, their actions based on a religion, you know, or a teaching. Because if you look at the religion, you know, like Brother Isa was giving an example here, that, you know, even the prophet said, when your wife do you wrong, you have to beat your wife. But he later went further to explain what did the prophet say, how should you beat your wife. He said if you look at how the prophet, you know, guided how you should punish your spouse, you might not do it, because you see nothing, nothing doing no pain to it. But people don't understand that. They take it literally, you know. But the mind of the human is more important, because whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve it. It's all here, you know. So this is why we have all these troubles around the world. That is my own belief. People want to avenge. They use politics, or they use religion. These are the two weapons society have. You know, they want to do harm, they use religion. They want to do good, they use religion. They want to do harm, they use politics. You know, divide and rule and teach, you know, bring hatred among society. Well, some people, when they want to do good, they use politics, you know, to reach into power so that they can help the others. Religion and politics. So that's why I always say religion and politics is not for people who follow, it's for people who take part in it. So no, like Aliu Balde said the last time, know your religion, know your politics, know your environment. That's so important. You know, that's all I have to say to close this. Sister Jenava Kurubari, I will bring you into the Rasmus Society. You know, have a good night, everybody. That was the open conversation on religion and society. Till we come your way next week Friday again. Tomorrow, watch out for the program. You know, I have it is Mahmoudou Sonko about sports and youth and sport in URR and Basse. It will be very interesting. You know, next tomorrow we have our Sunday program where we listen to the testimony of our brothers who took the back way, you know, and they are suffering through the journey and still in Europe. Till I come your way again, this is your brother Bubakar Gobijo Jallo. I don't know how you know me, how you identify yourself with me. You say Bubakar or Alaji. Some of you call me APC or Lampa, but still, that is the same youth from Basse who call Belgium home now. Have a good night.